Hello guys and welcome back to episode 3 of What If Civilization Started Over. And in the last episode we had lots of different things happening. We had new countries being formed over here and here. And we had the red team take a little bit of land over here and they're going to go on another expansion today. But the main thing that happened is new countries here, all under the same religion, but it's all different to these guys. And the main reason they left was because they weren't treated the best by these other countries, and so they had to leave. But because of more and more people actually learn about these new countries, so more and more people go to the countries, allowing for more and more expansion by these countries, such as the Dark Purple team, who eventually takes the entire Italian peninsula and even explores a bit onto Sicily. The brown team expands or sees what's going on all the way over here, and even eventually notice that this pink team here exists, but for now they are the brown team is friendly with the pink team. The pink team is a bit less friendly with the brown team, and so there is a war down here, and the pink team does well at first, but because this is not in the mainland and the country is already quite large, they are pushed back quickly by the brown team, and eventually they have to settle for peace. But the brown team, being nice, says, you know what, you can keep your land, or most of it, but we do want it's just tiny bits. And the pink team is annoyed, but they are happy that they didn't lose all of their land. And to the final country, the yellow team explores more along the coasts down to here and up along the Dutch / Belgian coast and expand all along it. And so the new countries are slowly growing larger, and they are proving to actually be very strong, and so that is questioning some of these more of people, especially in countries that are not doing so well. And in one of those countries is the purple team. They aren't doing as great, and because they're just across the water from a very powerful country here, they notice this, and the people are not happy, and so eventually the entire northern half of the country just breaks away from them, and the purple team is now very angry with this blue team. Let's just quickly give these guys a capital city, which will be over here. And so the purple team tries to send in troops, or basically they want to invade these guys because they're so annoyed, but the troops don't go down well, and once again it proves that the Greek purple team is not that strong. And yeah, but on the other hand, their counterpart, the other country who broke away from the light blue team, is doing incredibly well, as they explore more and more lands and take more of those newly explored lands, quickly becoming a very large country on the world map. Now we're going to head over to the red team, who, as we know, has currently got kind of an expansionist leader, and his next target is Egypt. As he sends his troops in, they quickly surround the capital and go along the Nile River, and until they have no choice but to surrender. And the red team takes quite a bit of land, as they even take some land on the opposite coast right here. And with that, the yellow team is very crippled, and so the country kind of just explodes. It doesn't do very well, and so this grey eastern country is formed. Like that. And that's for now the only one. However, once again, the area is not very stable. The capital city will be there. And so, yeah, the yellow team is now incredibly, or it's very weak, because a lot of their population and major areas were destroyed by the red team as they went out to destroy the yellow team. Now, heading back over here to the green team, who has they were decently strong in the last episode. However, there's so many people leaving from this country all the way to these guys, as even the non-really that differently religious people are getting horribly killed, and eventually the country just kind of has to accept that they're not going to do very well, and they start releasing they don't want to release these countries, but they kind of have to, because otherwise the entire country would completely be destroyed. And so they released one over here. They end up giving this land back to the or not back to the blue team, but they give it to the blue team, and the red team takes a bit of land from the green team, and the orange team is gifted land. They don't come in and take it, unlike the red team. They are gifted land just like the blue team. And then the green team splits into two. What color do I make it? What about a nice side? Yeah, I'll do a nice pink color, like that. These two are decently good friends, while the green team is still surprisingly punishing the people quite harshly, and so more and more of their populations is going away to these countries. But yeah, some of them are not doing too well as well, as most people aren't treated well if they are seen to be going to these countries. So anyways, back up to here, where the gold team wants to expand again, as they broke away from the pink team because they weren't expanding, and so they are actually pretty good friends with the red team here, as they are doing the expanding that the red team likes, and so they are doing this quite quick up and taking quite a lot of land, as their focus is on going north, as they don't really like the warm climate. because they're saying it's too much for them, and that just looks kind of weird on the map. So maybe they don't take that much land, but their aim is to expand. Yeah, but they don't expand that much because they know that they could possibly just completely collapse from it. And now back over here, the red team is getting very scary, and so to counter that, an alliance is actually formed between a couple of countries. But the main one is the yellow team, and then we have the blue team and the green team. These guys are all here to counteract the red team expansion, as they really don't like it. As well, with the green team having just lost land to them, obviously they are not happy, and so the Circle Alliance is put in to counteract the red team's expansion, and that annoys the red team, but they don't do anything about it just yet. Now heading over back to here, where the pink team actually discovers Sicily and takes half the island, as well as, no, that's Sardinia, sorry, Sardinia and Sicily, as they take a bit of the island. But what they don't know is that the Italian team has also taken a bit of the pink team land, or not pink team, taken a bit of the pink team land, but taken the islands that the pink team are on. And once again, these two end up heightening their tensions, and because the brown team and these guys are very good friends, because obviously they have the same religion, the brown team is also sending kind of like troops over here to make sure that the pink team doesn't get too strong, as they themselves don't really like the pink team, but obviously they are still being nice to them because they don't want to be known as an aggressor. And eventually they actually find these islands and take them for themselves, which the pink team, once again, not happy about. They wanted more islands, but they don't do anything because they know that these two could probably beat them in a war, and so they lay off for a bit. Yeah, but the blue team here once again does more expanding, but not into the Alps. I think this is probably where the Alps are, and so they even form a better connection with these guys, and they do expand their borders, meeting up with the pink team that kind of adores them, but also going west towards the Spanish team, as these guys and these guys are good friends. The yellow team, obviously, they're not on bad terms with them. It's just they're not as close as these two. That expansion did not. So the brown team once again does expand, but they're being very careful, as they know the people in this country could get annoyed, as they even allow for some of their people to just kind of leave and make their own country here. This area is basically a puppet state, but it's not really, because back in those times that they couldn't really do puppet states. But the brown team just didn't really want to take this for themselves, so they just say that this is a different country, and so the people don't mind that. And so heading away from this very tense area, we're going back to these guys who were just formed in this episode, and they do some more exploring, as they go down the Indian subcontinent and explore around it, noticing that the climate here is very, very nice. And so, why do I still have the brown? So they continue to expand as they like this area, but they eventually stop and say this is as far as they are going to go. But as people hear how nice it is down there and that these guys will not be expanding, thousands of people, mainly from the red team and the blue team and the orange team, go down here and form their own country, which is this kind of greeny blue color. And these guys are kind of away from these guys because they're not really happy with how people are doing stuff there, and they place their capital there. So yeah, they now know that the area, basically they know about like this, not that, they know like this exists. They know that there's something here, and they know there's probably something more to this way, but for all they know this could all be ocean. And so yeah, anyways, back over here, the purple team have another predicament. The pink team wants more land from them, and the capital is taken by this pink team, and eventually it's just the entire area falls over to the new pink team, as some anonymous source might be sourcing them, providing them. And well, I'm gonna say it's full annexation. I'm gonna leave it as purple because I like the purple color, but just know this is not the original purple team that was down here. This is the purple team, or the light pink team that was up here. And yeah, anyways, the pink team, oh, they just kind of collapsed. That is unfortunate. And look who took some of your land. It's probably your two worst enemies, the red and the gold team. And obviously the people in this country not happy about it. Anyways, we're going to actually move away from the wars, and we're going to look at trade routes, as the first one is being built, as they want people from the red team want to take land out of here, and with people knowing how important this could be, they accept, and a trade route is starting to be built along the coast here, as well as from the center of the red team going south. And the red team then sends out petitions to all the countries in the world if they want to join, and most of them say yes, apart from some of these really far away countries. And so the routes start to be built from the capital of the red team, as they basically become a giant spider of trade networks. As the first one to be completely done is the one with the gold team, and eventually the one with the orange team is done, and this one with the blue team goes around the entire blue team, because these guys were kind of like, basically the blue team has quite a lot of valuable stuff, so they decided to go all around. And this trade route meets up with the capital of these guys and the yellow team, and this one splits off into two, as they don't really want the trade route running through other countries if they can, the red team. And so for now, this is how the trade route looks. And the red team is very happy, while other countries not so much, because they're kind of just hogging the whole trade route. And so what actually happens is the brown team starts its own trade route with this country, who eventually connects it up with the purple team. And so now there are two major trade networks, as this one also goes up and hits these guys' capital and goes across the country to these guys' capital. So now there's two major trade networks. We have the Western European trade network and the Middle East trade network. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.